Awesome. Okay. You can hear me okay then, yeah? Okay. Let's try that. Is it all right? Perfect. Okay. It does drop in and out of the sound you said, doesn't it? So let's see if I can just balance it and we can hear still. Yes, this is sounding okay. Beautiful. Thank you. Oh, let's go for it. Let's hope we can get a good class in. I'm really, really sorry. All right. So we'll start with the knees bent, knees nice and wide, big toes to touch. We're just going to fall down. You can have, if the knees feel better, a little bit more parallel, take it that way, and we'll fall down. Oh, let's hope that this is a little bit better start. Let's just begin to kind of settle in. Checking in. Oh my goodness, technology, right? Normally it's smooth sailing, so I do appreciate the month that we've been having. Oh, you guys have been so patient with me, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to breathe in nice and slow and just slowly breathe out. Let's kind of let go of any tension or stress we might be holding. Breathing in and slowly breathing out. Amazing. Just noticing the body kind of where you chose to place it, where you chose to take the knees today. Notice any tightness, anything that you might be feeling there. And what's going on. When you breathe, where's the breath go? How are you feeling today, mind and body? Inhaling and slowly exhaling out. Breathing in and slowly breathing out. Maybe where the head is, or the head's rested on the hands on some stacked fists, or have you chosen let the body kind of soften down wherever you are. Just take a little moment. It is a busy time of year, lots going on. Lots of things often on our lists to do or social things. Breathing in, breathing out. This is an opportunity for you to tap out of all of it. So I invite you right now to let go of any of that stress or tension or worry, any of those lists. Let's just let it all disappear. Any items that you need to get done, just trust after this hour that they'll be there for you. But this is an hour for you, for your well-being, for time out, just to move your body and just tap in. Inhale, just begin by pushing into the hands. We're going to keep the eyes nice and soft, lifting up, and begin to come up to a nice tabletop position on the mat. Good, we're going to start with a few deep breaths here. So don't worry too much about moving into cat and cow, forward and back. We're just going to breathe in and slowly exhale out. Good, release any of that tightness. Good morning to the body, inhaling. And a little smile, let it go. Good, breathing and tuck under in the pelvis. Let's arch the back, pull the shoulder blades apart, and just see how that feels, chin to chest. Get that lovely stretch in the neck, noticing any pull across the shoulder blades. And again, I'm going to invite you that little wiggle of the tailbone, almost as if you're kind of looking towards the heels or the ankles. Just see how that feels as you rock a little bit left to right. Inhaling and exhaling for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to center. Exhale, inhale, let's dip the tailbone, lift up in the chest, draw the shoulders down, feel that lengthening. How are you feeling in the spine? Waking up the body here, soften in the forehead. Good. Inhaling and slowly exhaling out. Good. Breathing in, soften in the face. Let's tuck under in the pelvis, love a little pull across the shoulder blades. Good. Inhaling and slowly exhaling. Feel the shoulder blades. Feel that little bit of lengthening. And if you wanted to take that little wiggling, I really like the wiggle. I can feel it really nicely in my own body, but it might be different for yours. You might just feel the back muscles. It's really nice to just feel the muscles, right? Feel the stretch, feel the tightness. Just noticing those small little parts of the body. Inhale and exhale. Today's just all about mindful movement, tapping into the body and really trying to drop out of the busyness and the chaos of the holiday season. Let's come back into that tabletop. Let's let the chest draw forward, draw the shoulders down, tailbone lifts, really feel that arch. See how you're feeling here. Notice if there's any tightness in the neck. Look slightly forward for us, inhaling and slowly exhaling out. Amazing. We're going to come back to a nice flat back tabletop, drawing from the core. Good. What we want to do here is we're going to just untuck those back toes and sink back into your child's pose. Good. Reaching the hands forward, draw the shoulders down. See if you can just feel that upper body work. So a little bit more active in your child's pose. Arms extend. We rotate the biceps out and down away from the ears. Draw the chin in slightly, getting the length in the neck, and inhale. Slowly exhaling out. Relaxing in the face. Good. From here, we're going to peel up. We're going to do one of my favorite moves. We're going to lean forward here. We're going to lean forward with the pelvis. Now you can keep it lifted here. Draw in from your core. Great work. It's great on the whole body, or you can let the chest draw through. Draw the shoulders down and maybe draw the chin in towards the chest. Feeling that little bit of work here in that back. But always listen to your spine. It might feel just a bit too much to draw through. So we're just working on the knees down in our kind of upward dog pose. Use the core, push into the hands, inhale. And as we exhale, sinking down into your version of child's pose. I quite like taking a little bit more active today as we sink back, knees hip distance, hands extended. Just sink down a little bit in the chest, but notice, is that shoulder, is it rolling in? Rotate it out, rotate the biceps out, and then draw down towards the kind of drawing away from the ears. That's what we're looking for, that lovely upper body, little bit of work. Breathing in, releasing tightness and tension. Inhale, slowly draw the body up, finding that lovely tabletop and drawing the pelvis forward. Work the shoulders down. Inhale, a little smile if you like. And slowly exhaling out. Good, breathing in. And slowly breathing out, noticing where your body is, where it's feeling good. And then coming all the way back, use your core, coming back to that center point. And one more time, sinking down into that lovely child's pose, reaching forward, inhale. And exhale, draw the shoulders down, rotate the biceps out, softening in the face. Exhale for 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly coming all the way up. Beautiful. Making your way to that tabletop and leaning forward. Final one. You see how that feels. You check in with what you want to do. Maybe work, draw the chin in. Just really push into the hands here. Draw the shoulders away. Inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful. Use your core, coming all the way back up to that beautiful tabletop position. Good. We're just going to walk the hands in towards the knees and come all the way up. Good. Let's take the hands and just where we had a little pressure on those wrists, let's roll those wrists. All the extra bits and bobs you're doing, I know for me, whether it's wrapping presents or preparing more food, but it's nice to just take that weight off, take the stress off and roll those wrists. Take some time just to relax, releasing in the hands, just even thinking and reflecting on all the little extra bits you've been doing, little mindfulness. I invite you, really cheesy, but look at the hands and just find a little gratitude, you know? Honestly, all that the hands produce, all that we're able to access, like just the small things, let's find that gratitude. Remembering in a time of like abundance and want that we really do have everything that we need, you know? Inhaling and just slowly exhaling, just finding that little gratitude for the small things, just for the magic of the hands. Absolutely beautiful. Good. Inhale, we're going to reach the arms forward. We're going to reach them up towards the ceiling, up alongside the ears, and then back around. Just find some circles for me. Breathing in, I'll face you. We're going to reach up. Keep the arms long, take them slow, and then reaching back. See if you can get a little bit of work in those shoulders. Inhale, reaching up. Love a little smile if you like, and we're reaching down. Good. Inhale, we're reaching it up. Good. And exhale, reaching it down. Inhale, reaching up. And reaching down. Good. Keep finding that. Find the breath with it. Inhale, we lift. And exhale, we drop. Breath matched with movement is so magical for the body, for the mind. Keep it going. See if you can get, the more we keep these circles going, the more we get a little bit more into those shoulders. 3, Nice. Release that tightness too. And inhale, lift in and down. Good. We're going to take a little bit of time to get into that upper part of the legs. So breathing in, this time we're going to reach the arms forward and keep them maybe a little bit higher, maybe somewhere kind of between the ears and not quite forward, not quite alongside the ears, but somewhere in the middle. Good. Dropping the shoulders down. You want your knees hip distance. Now your toes could be tucked or untucked. Either one's good. We're thinking about how our core is going to help us and that upper part of the legs, that quad muscle. So what we want to do is just start by leaning back a little bit. Good. And then you're going to use the hands. We're going to reach up and lift forward. Good. Breathing in. And as we exhale, we're going to sink back. And we're going to breathe in, reach up. Amazing. And exhale, just stay there. Breathing in, reach up. Sinking back. It can be a little bit or a lot. See how that feels for you. And reach up, pushing up. And exhale. Just feeling that lovely strengthening in that upper part of the leg. Inhale. Sinking back. And reaching up. Beautiful. And exhale. Simple movement, but very strong. Inhale. And sink back. And reach up with the chest. Good. And exhale. Thinking about that core. Last one. Inhale. We're going to lean back. Good. Feel that lovely work. Strength. And up we come. Beautiful. Slowly bring the palms in towards the sternum. And you can keep the toes tucked or untucked. Inhale. We're going to just take a little twist. Breathing in. And exhale. Twist towards the right-hand side. And exhale. Beautiful. Reaching those arms out. Drop the shoulders down. See how that feels. Now you can stay here. If you wanted to take a little back bend, we started with our cat and cow just to get ourselves into that little position. Inhaling. Maybe we take that right hand down towards the right heel. So I would say start with the toes tucked. Maybe reaching up and back. See how that feels for you. If the spine feels comfortable, you can push the pelvis forward slightly. Drop the head back. You just feel it out. Take it really shallow or a little bit deeper. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly coming all the way up, using your core, reaching those arms long, breathing, and right arm comes around. Inhale, thumbs in towards the sternum. Awesome. Breathing, and we're going to turn towards the left-hand side. Good. See how that feels for you. Beautiful. Inhale, we're going to reach those arms out. Inhale. And exhale, drop your shoulders down. Beautiful. So you're welcome to stay here. You can hold and twist or breathe in. We can reach back maybe and bring the hand onto the heel. You can stay there, reach the hand up, or you can really take an arch to the spine. Thinking about dropping the head back, working the pelvis forward. Again, listen to your body. Where are you feeling it? Where are you not? Find some breath. See if you can relax the face. Maybe a little smile, soften in the forehead. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly coming all the way back up, just a little half of our camel, breathing and reaching that left arm around. Hands coming forward, thumbs coming in. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up. And as we exhale, bring the hands down, finding our tabletop position. Good. We're going to find a little child's pose, just taking the pressure off the knees there. So you can have the knees hip distance or take them wide-legged. Maybe your big toes to touch and sinking down here. And coming either onto the fists or chest down. You'll notice maybe a little reset in that lower back here. Sometimes it's a nice place to kind of take that little counter pose and find a little bit of time to breathe. Joining me in a nice slow inhalation. And slowly exhaling out. Beautiful. Breathing in. And slowly exhaling out. Amazing. Breathing in, a little smile if you like. And slowly exhaling out. And see how that feels in the hips. See what's going on for you. And just taking a moment to reset. Beautiful. Breathing in, coming all the way back up. Hands come about shoulder width apart and knees hip distance. Good. And do a little flow from the knees. So we're going to take our little extension of the leg out for 2, drawing in our little crunches. Then we're going to take the step forward. Inhale, let's extend the right leg and draw the knee in towards the nose. Good. This lovely little arch here, we're just getting a little pull across the shoulder blades. Hold that here. That's our little crunch instead of being on our backs. Inhale, extend. And then exhale, draw it in, nose to knee. Nice one. Inhale, extend. And exhale, drawing it in. Good. That's our third one. See if you can bring the foot on the mat. Maybe wiggling it forward using the hands and lifting up when you're there. You can always use a wall, whatever suits. Inhale, lifting up. We're going to sink down into that front knee. Draw the shoulders down. Good. Maybe bringing the palms together today and your pointer fingers together. So we're going to bring your 3 fingers down, pointer fingers reaching out. Just creates a really lovely long line in the spine. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, sinking down. Draw those shoulders down away from the ears. Beautiful. If you feel comfortable, you can take your gaze up towards the ceiling. Soften in the forehead. Nice work. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bringing the hands on either side of that front foot. Wiggle the front foot back. Coming back to the knees. Sink down. Child's pose. But this time, knees hip distance. Good. Exhale. We're going to flow again and peel the body up into a cat. And feel that lovely arch. Working the tailbone up. Find a little cow pose. And back, nice and strong, flat back. Inhale. Let's extend. Good. 2, drawing in. Nose to knee. Little hold here. Feel that lovely little bit of work. Inhale, extend. And exhale, a little smile. Draw it in. You've got it. Inhale, extend. And exhale, good. Little hold, draw it in. Feel that lovely crunch, pushing into the hands. Maybe taking a really nice step forward. Good. Inhale, coming all the way up. Breathing in, reaching up. And sinking down. Good. Notice how that feels. We're going to bring the palms together here. Maybe interlace the last 3 fingers. Point your fingers to touch. Inhale, lifting up. And sinking down, draw the shoulders down. Just see how that feels. Beautiful little smile. If your gaze is comfortable looking up, great. If not, just use the wall. It's all good. Listen to your body today. Lifting up, inhale, maybe a little back bend here and hands coming down. Just a nice way to get into those hips. Wiggle that front foot back and sinking down. We're not going to stay here long. We're going to keep flowing. Good. Inhale, peeling up. Find your cat. Feel that movement into your cow. And drawing in, nice strong flat back. Inhale, extend, right leg out, draw the knee in. And this time what we're gonna do is just keep the knee bent. We're gonna find some circles. So knee comes out and in. So we're gonna lift the foot up. You've got to find some circles out and in. Breathing with me, we start to wake up in the hips. By doing it here rather than on the floor, we get a little bit of core work, upper body work. Good job. Find a flow that suits you. That can be quick or slow. Ready for 4. Find some slow, deep breaths as you move. Good. 3. Beautiful. 2. Inhale and exhale. 1. Bringing it in. Inhale. What we're going to do is shift the weight over towards that left hand and just reach up, taking a nice side body stretch. We've not quite done that before. This one feels so good, doesn't it? Do it quite often, but it's just opening the chest. Inhale, just thread the needle. We're not going to come down. Just reaching over to get that little twist. Inhale, lifting up. Great job. See how that feels in that upper body. And hands down. Exhale. Other side. Inhale, we're going to extend that left leg and bend the knee. Good. We're going to take that knee out and draw it in. Think about your core. Find lovely little circles here. You can do them slow or quick. Thinking about the core as your strengthening point, using the hands to support that body. We're ready. Find some breath. For 4. Nice, and everybody. Inhale and exhale. 3. Beautiful. 2. Inhale and exhale. Last one. And 1. Beautiful. Bringing that knee down. Inhale, left hand reaches up. Let's take that twist. Really exaggerate the movement of the hip, kind of pushing towards the left-hand side as you draw the shoulders down and take a deep breath into that side body. Slowly reaching through, breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, lifting up. Love the little opening of that body. We've not quite done many twists yet, so inhale and slowly exhale, bringing the hands down in front of us. Breathing, and we're going to tuck under in the pelvis, push into the hands. Good. Again, if you ever need to shift to a fist, you absolutely can. I'm going to take those little lifts into our downward dog. So we're going to tuck the toes and lift the knees. Just feel the strengthening in the core, the upper body, just holding here. For 4, 3, 2, And one, slowly bringing it down and taking a little cow pose. Just take a little moment to come out of that. Inhale and exhale, a little smile, nice one. Inhale, we're gonna tuck under. With the pelvis, we draw in with the core, feeling strong, and we lift up, pushing into that upper body. Strong in the knees, strong in that upper body, and just breathe. At any point you need to come down, do it. Otherwise, just stay with me. You've got this for 3. Inhale and exhale, 2. And 1, bringing the knees down and taking that little bit of weight off. Good. We're gonna turn the hands so that the fingertips are facing the long edge of the mat, and just take a little rock side to side. Take a little pressure off one and then the other. If it feels good, just listen to your kind of innate wisdom, I suppose, your intuition. If you need to do a little roll, we've been a little bit on the wrist to start the class, so take your time to kind of take that pressure off. I'm gonna do one more of those lovely little downward dog lifts. So we're gonna bring the hands again back in line with the shoulders when you're ready. Last one. Option 1 is you can tuck under and just stay in cat. Awesome pose for any kind of strengthening and stretching. You can also lift up and hold here. Again, just breathe with me. Inhale and exhale. Feeling that lovely draw in from the core, pushing into the hands. Still not leaning back too far. We're just working a little bit of strengthening here. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Slowly coming back down. We're going to walk the hands up towards the knees and lifting up into the chest. Breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. Coming back into this position on the knees. I'm going to invite you, if you want, we're going to tuck those back toes. We're going to play a little bit with our camel pose. We've warmed up a little bit with the half camel. Now we're back here. So we're going to bring the hands onto the lower back and start there. It might be exactly where you stay. So what we want to do is roll the shoulders up, draw them back, and bring those elbows in towards each other. Awesome. Feeling that little bit of a lift, softening in the face, inhaling. And as we exhale, tuck under in the pelvis. Just keep drawing in from your core. So you want to just take that tuck under, means you kind of lift in a little bit. From here, just look up slightly, inhale, and then draw the chin in slightly. And just see if you can just keep that open chest. Now this might feel a lot, it might be exactly where you want to be. You might be able to just lean a little bit with the pelvis, keeping that chest lifted, shoulders drawing in towards each other, maybe looking up a little further. If you feel comfortable, you also can grab and relax the hands onto the heels. It might feel a little bit too much. Maybe if you take that lovely lean back, if it feels comfortable, you can push into those heels, drop the head back, pelvis draws forward. Take camel as you need it though today. And just breathe. You can keep the head up. You can take it whichever way feels good. So really just listening to your body, where you want to be, what feels good this morning. 3, 2, and 1. Drawing the chin in. If you drop the head back, leaning back to get up and reaching one hand forward and then the other just helps us to get back without too much pressure on that spine. Inhale, we're reaching up. Slowly bringing the palms down. We're going to swing the feet to the side and come to a nice upright position. In our seated on the mat, grab a little drink for us. Cheers, everybody. Great, we'll start. Awesome, awesome. All right, we're going to come to butterfly pose when you're ready. Just wiggling a little bit left to right to make sure those sit bones are nice and even. And when you're ready, just sitting up nice and tall. Amazing. Let's drop those shoulders. Inhale. And slowly exhale. Noticing how that feels, what's going on in your lovely butterfly. We're going to do a little squeeze and drop. We're going to squeeze the knees in. Breathing in. And as we exhale, let them drop down just a little bit or a lot, whatever feels good to you. Awesome. Breathing in. I'm going to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale, drop them down. Beautiful. Inhale, squeeze. Keep that lovely lift from the crown of the head and the spine, squeezing in and dropping them down. Good. Inhale, squeeze, lift from the crown of the head, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly dropping it down. Exhale. Lovely. Breathing in, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Feel that hold. 3, 2, and 1. Dropping those knees down. Exhale. And I've got one more for you. Let's squeeze. Let's hold, draw the head nice and tall, lifting, feeling tall from that lovely crown of the head, spine's working. That squeeze should start to feel like, oh, I can feel you there in my hips. Inhale and exhale. And exhale, just drop it down and let it soften. Now, if the hips are really tight, you're feeling really hunched over, bring those fingertips behind you as we kind of just sit a little bit into our butterfly, pushing into the hands, let that chest drop forward. And find some nice slow breath with me, just opening up the hips today, releasing any tension, tightness, stress, kind of whole body, but I'm looking a little bit, just finding a little yin and yang as we move, a lovely little deep stretch with a little bit of that strengthening kind of, you could have felt that maybe like in the movement in the legs. So inhaling and exhaling, just a lovely whole body reset for us today. 3, 2, and 1. And you can stay there, or if it feels comfortable, hands come forward, leaning forward with the chest. You can bring the hands in front. You can reach them further. But remember, we're looking at me drawing your chest forward before you fold down. Breathing in and slowly breathing out. Just seeing what your body needs today from this movement. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Breathing in and slowly breathing out. Beautiful. Let's walk those hands back, lifting up nice and tall and bringing the knees in. See how that release has kind of felt for you today. We're going to cross at the legs and we're going to come up to a tabletop and then standing. So let's take our time. Just make it your way, whatever way feels good. We're going to come into that tabletop. We're going to arch the back into cat, tuck the toes, lift up. We're going to find our first downward dog of the day. So you find that position, shifting the weight back and work that tailbone away from you and walk the heels. Breathing in and breathing out, swinging those hips. Feel the kind of tightness in the backs of the legs start to release. Maybe turning the head left to right, like you're saying no. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Really, as you kind of engage the body, push into the toes, feel the toes releasing. Breathing in and out, looking up and down like you're saying yes, maybe. Inhale and exhale. And release. Good. Breathing in, we're going to come up to the tops of the toes, bend the knees, take a step or hop. Yogi's choice. Coming back to the feet hip distance, draw the chin down. Exhale. Good. How's that feel? Belly resting on the tops of the legs. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows and rocking left to right. See how that feels today. Inhale and exhale for 4. Beautiful. 3, 2, and 1. Love that one. Never fails, does it? Gotta wake up those hamstrings. I don't know about you, but they're feeling a little tight. Inhale. Let's find that halfway lift. So just see where you're at. You can bring the fingertips forward. You can draw the hands up. Elbows come in towards the body. Chest is drawing forward. Tailbones lift in, feeling that lovely lengthening. A little bend in the knees, but still feeling that little hello in the backs of the legs. Good morning to the body, right? Good morning, those hammies. Inhale. Let's bend the knees deep and scoop those arms up alongside the ears. And as we exhale, tuck under in the pelvis. Thumbs come in towards the chest. Just drop the shoulders down. Exhale, good. Checking in, how do you feel? Making it really active here as we move into our lovely Tadasana pose. We're going to squeeze in the glutes, tuck the pelvis under. I'm going to feel that drop in the shoulders, good. And drop any sort of tension you might be feeling in the face. Maybe close those eyes. Inhale. And as we exhale, again, squeezing the glutes, strong in the lower part of the body, strong, drawing in from the core. Feel as if I'm kind of drawing the head nice and tall, the shoulders down, feeling really long. Inhaling and slowly exhaling out. Just feel that mountain pose, checking in. How are you today? What is it that you need from this practice? What is it that will help you kind of move through this busy season? I think the small things like this is just like saying, oh, let me make sure I build in a little self-care or some quiet moments, just take some deep breaths. So I invite you to join me today, inhaling nice and slow and exhaling as slow as you can. In our Tadasana, maybe with those eyes closed, checking in, recognizing that is all going to happen. It's all going to be great. It's all going to be enough. Wherever it is that you're traveling, what you need to be doing, I think that we just need to trust that it's all great, it's all good enough, and that you are enough just as you are, you know. Let's just lean a little bit into that, breathing in, little smile, and breathing out as we stand at the top of that mountain. A beautiful mountain pose. Good. Inhale, we're going to reach the arms up alongside the ears. We're going to use our sun salutation movement to get into those hamstrings. Reaching forward, let's hold. I invite you to bring the fingertips to touch and reach forward here, leading with the chest, draw the shoulders down, feel that lengthening. Feel like you're working the tailbone away. Oh, hello, backs of the legs. I don't know if you're feeling that, but I definitely am. Folding down, exhale. Inhale, lovely halfway lift. Feel where that is. So fingertips can be forward, hands can be lifted, elbows in. It's up to you, whatever feels great. Listen to your body. But again, we're not sinking back in those hips, drawing the chest forward if you're in the one with fingertips forward. Inhale, bending in those knees deep. Swoosh up with those arms. I don't think that's a technical term, but tuck under. Feeling good. Exhale. Let's keep moving. Let's get that lovely release in the backs of the legs. Reach those arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Good, let's hold. Let's really use the magic of this one. Maybe fingertips to touch. The arms come in like a bubble. We're pushing into those fingertips. We're reaching the chest forward. They often call this in many other kind of styles of movement like a foundational pose. Really great, stretching the whole body. It's almost like downward dog, isn't it? We're kind of standing up. Inhale, slowly coming down. Whole body stretch. Whole body release there. Just drop the chin in. Nice job, knees bent. Inhale, find your version of your halfway lift. Inhale and exhale, wherever you are, just reaching that chest forward. Tailbones lift in. 3, 2, and 1. Bending in the knees, deep scoop up with those arms. Beautiful, reaching back, inhale. And as we exhale, tuck in under, thumbs come in, draw the shoulders down. Beautiful little smile if you like, inhaling. And slowly exhaling, feeling strong. Nice strong Tadasana, everything's squeezing, everything's drawing in, shoulders drawing down and away. Good. Inhale, let's reach it up. And as we exhale, hinging at the hips, reaching forward, feel that lengthening for 3, 2, and 1, folding down. Over the toes, exhale, chin in. Inhale, halfway lift. Good. Breathing in and breathing out. Awesome. Bending in the knees. This time we're going to stay in this like kind of forward position. What I want us to do is bring the hands or the fists forward and just shift the weight forward a little bit. We're going to wiggle that right foot in and slowly just bring it back. We're going to take a little standing split. So hands can be down on the palms. You can be pushing the fingers, or they can be in a fist. You can lift that back leg if you like. Maybe see if you can send the leg a little bit, draw the chin. It doesn't matter. I've done loads and loads of stretching, a little bit in the hips, as we kind of did our little salutations on the ground, but just see how that feels. Bending in the knee, bringing both feet back to hip distance. Good, finding a little halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, bending in the knee. We're going to shift the weight over and bring the toes back on the left-hand side. So again, you're shifting the weight a little bit to the hands. You've got that standing leg is the right leg. Left leg lifts maybe a little bit, or you can lift it a lot. Good. Maybe drawing the chest forward or drawing the chin in. Play with what feels good to you for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bending in that knee, bringing the feet hip distance. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Then exhale, bending in the knees, coming all the way up. Nice tall upright position. Lovely. Exhale, drawing the thumbs in and finding that lovely exhalation and that stillness. Beautiful. We're going to play a little bit with balance today. So we're going to do our warrior 3. What I want us to think about with warrior 3 today is we're going to find those hands that we did earlier. We're going to interlace your 3 fingers. Your pointer finger is going to be kind of sticking forward. And we're going to just try and be like a straight as a pencil. We're going to do it almost like a pencil pose. So see how it feels to you. You can always hold the wall or a chair. You guys know the deal. But we're going to breathe in. Start with the arms reaching up. Point your fingers, lifting, drop the shoulders down. Exhale. Good. We're going to bend the knees. We'll start with shifting the weight to the left foot, and we're going to bring the right toes back. So we can keep it nice and lifted. Make sure the chest is drawing forward. Inhale. Maybe see if we can lift the back leg. It could be a little bit. This might be perfect. Arms extending. If it feels comfortable, using that pointer fingers to help you just dip a little bit. Looking slightly in front of you so you're not moving. Now notice if you're opening that hip a little bit, I want you to draw that right hip down. It's not about how high you kick the leg. It's just about keeping that drawing into the inner thighs. You might start to feel a little shift here. You can draw the head through the arms. Just notice how that feels. 3. Playing with balance. So our little message today, finding balance in the busyness as well. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly see if you can keep that lovely little bit of balance. Lift the knee up and bring it down. Hands come in. Exhale, good. Little shake out. Don't forget to breathe. Sometimes I'm like, after all these years of yoga, I'm holding my breath and my balances. But it's important to make sure that you take those deep breaths. I don't know how you felt with the arms shifted. If you've chose to try them, just notice kind of sometimes like how that maybe helps with balance. Maybe you feel like more of an extension. Maybe there's more work in the upper body. Grab a little drink. Fab. So we're going to play with a little bit more balance today. We're going to do the other side. So come and join me, feet hip distance. We're going to breathe in. And exhale, breathe out. Just let it go. Everything feels like a bit flowy. And then we're going to breathe in and reach those hands up. Interlace the last 3 fingers, pointer fingers touch in and extend in. Good, shoulders down. Again, you can stay here. You can use the wall if you like. Just breathe in. A little bend in the knees. We're going to shift the weight over right leg, so you're standing leg. Left toes back and drawing that left hip forward. Good, drop the shoulders down. Remember, you can absolutely stay here, lifting tall from the crown of the head, feeling long. You can shift the weight, so lifting that back toe even a little bit is great. The arms extended, feeling that upper body work. Beautiful. Maybe keeping that left hip down, you can tilt a little bit. Maybe you can even get a little bit more in the line of like a pencil here. Breathing in, breathing out. See if you can draw the chin between those arms, just looking slightly in front of you to on the floor. Amazing. 3, 2, and 1. The core is helping us do that. Think about the strengthening of the core as we lift up, lift that knee, and slowly bring it down. Exhale, thumbs coming in. Inhale, and exhale. Amazing. Just bringing those arms down. Good. Roll the shoulders. Just noticing if you could feel that, even just standing with the arms lifted, bringing those arms, squeezing them in, sometimes really, really beneficial to getting into that upper body. Awesome. All right. Christmas is coming. We need to do some tree poses, I think. Feels wrong not to, doesn't it? Again, wall. You can keep the foot lower, but just see what feels good to you. We're going to use our left leg as our standing leg to start. So inhale and exhale. Let go. Awesome. Good. Bending slightly in the knees. We're going to shift the weight over toward that left leg. The right heel is going to wiggle over. And again, I'm always my little cues. We don't want to dip the hip. We want to draw it in, tuck under in the pelvis, and then draw the shoulders up so we open up in that chest. Beautiful. Breathing in, breathing out. See how that feels? We're squeezing, rotating, and if it feels comfortable, maybe lifting that foot. So you want to bring it between the knee and the ankle, lifting tall. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Softening in the forehead, keep the squeezing. So you should feel like you're really squeezing as much as possible into those glutes, opening wide. If it feels comfortable and the balance is there, you can always bring it to that upper inner part of the thigh. You've got that lovely work, but never on the knee. Breathing in, breathing out, drop the shoulders down. Think about the core squeezing into the glutes, pushing the inner thigh into that foot if you're in that position. Good. Now, if you feel like playing with me, maybe bring those hands up alongside the ears. Maybe finding our lovely little pointer fingers, draw the shoulders down. I think you're lifting up really tall. Sometimes the hands help us balance. Ooh, a little wobbly there. If you're watching me, you might have fallen out. That's because of me. If you watch something that's moving, so you're more likely to wobble. Just see how you feel. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. The longer we stay, the longer we get the strengthening in the standing leg. Steady the breath. Amazing. Maybe bringing the thumbs down towards the sternum, opening those elbows, knee lifts, and bring it down. Good. Shake it out. Beautiful. And don't go easy on yourself if balance is feeling wobbly. Just find some breath. The more that we kind of lean into it a little bit, the more that it'll become a little bit easier. So just take it as you need it and find the breath, and don't be hard on yourself if you're feeling just not so secure today. And also just finding that part of if you're watching me on the video, you will possibly wobble if I'm wobbling. It just happens, doesn't it? We're all human. So hands on the hips, inhale and exhale. Just let that lovely tight breath go. Just soften. I'm going to bend the knees, keeping that lovely steady breath. Shift the weight, standing legs into the right leg, and the left heel comes in. Again, you can stay here. What we don't want is that hip dipping. We want to draw the hip in, tuck under. Good. And if we tuck under, squeeze, 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 lift from the upper body. Keep that lovely tuck, and you might feel that work into the hips. Inhaling. And slowly exhaling, maybe lifting that foot. If you've got it, hold on to a wall if you need to, but just squeeze and rotate. It's less about you lifting the foot and more about rotating to get into that hip. Thinking about your core as your lovely center point of balance, feeling the strengthening in there. If you wanted to lift it up, you maybe have that element of lifting it above the knee. Great, no stress. If not, you'll never have to get there, but don't sink. So this is not what we want, this bowing. We want to be pushing that inner thigh in, squeeze. We're always trying to track that knee a little bit wider. Find some lovely slow deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Good. Soften in the forehead. Maybe a little smile if you like. Awesome. 3. Relax in the face, in the jaw. 2. And 1. Let's keep that movement. Maybe bringing the hands together. Maybe reaching those pointer fingers up and lifting nice and tall. You want to play with a little balance. Sometimes I fall. Sometimes I'm good. Maybe look up. See how that feels. Maybe that changes things. Keep squeezing. And then slowly bringing the hands down. Thumbs in towards the sternum. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Hands on the hips. Knee comes up and drop it down. Great work. Give it a little kick. Maybe take those big circles with the knees. Deep breath in. And deep breath out, just releasing the tightness that we've created there. Beautiful. All right, it's been a little while since we've done a little bit of work in our goddess pose, getting into the hips. So we're going to take the feet nice and wide. Remember, what we do not want is the diamond. We want it nice and wide so that you kind of take the pressure off the knees and the ankles. That's all it does. It's not wrong. It's just if we're practicing often, we want to kind of keep the pressure off where we don't need it. Good, hands onto the hips, good. So we don't want bottom sticking out, we want to tuck under and squeeze, draw the shoulders down, feeling lifted from the crown of the head. Deep breath in. We're just gonna bend into that lovely goddess pose, feeling strong. Again, keep the chest lifted as you sink. Inhale, squeezing in those inner thighs. Coming all the way back up. And exhale, good, breathing in. Exhale, we sink. Feeling that lovely hold. 3, 2, 1. Squeezing those inner thighs, finding that little strengthening, tucking under in the pelvis. And exhale. Let's add some arms. Inhale, reaching up. You've got it, and exhale. You know where we're headed. Love a little cactus. Hold. We're going to hold it a little longer today. 3, draw the shoulders down. 2, and 1, reaching up. And exhale. Breathing in. Let's bend down. Give ourselves a hug. Reach one arm over. And you've got the option to stay here, or you can tilt. You're welcome to draw the chin down. Let the head fall down. Tailbone dips away. Relaxing in the neck. 3, noticing if that feels good or if it feels a bit too much. So that informs you for your next one that we come to. Slowly squeeze the inner thighs, reach those arms wide, breathing in. And exhale, thumbs come in. Good, breathing in. And slowly breathing out. Inhale, reaching up. Good, exhale, sinking down to that lovely goddess pose. Draw the shoulders down. Holding here. 3, a little smile if you like. 2, and 1, breathing and reaching up. Good, and as we exhale, we're going to sink down. See if you remember what hand you put on top. Switch sides. Opposite hand comes on top for that hug. You can stay here and lift, or you can tilt the chest forward, dip the tailbone, and draw the chin down. Just getting a little bit more depth into those hips, that forward fold. Inhale, use that core of the inner thighs, reaching up, arms come up. This time, palms to touch and thumbs come in. Stay standing. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful job. Good. Breathing in. We're going to bend into the knees, and this time we're going to bring the hands behind the head. We're going to sink down. Elbows are wide. We're going to just dip. Elbow one side, doesn't have to be too far. You could take it a little bit further. Use your core coming back to center. Squeeze in the middle. Take a little breather. Inhale. And exhale. Good, bending in the knees. And the other side, elbow comes down. And slowly coming back up. Inhale, lift. And hold. Let's keep it going. Little smile. Inhale. And sink. So often we're going to dip. Maybe keep that sink and dip to the other side. Coming back to the middle and squeeze. Good. Take a breath. Inhale. And let it go. Exhale. Good. Your option this time is you can do the same left and all the way to the right and up, or you can take a left it back to center stand and then right back to center stand. So you choose. All right. I will guide you through the whole like staying deep, but you can lift up and take that break. Inhale. Last one. You've got this. I love little goddess and dip. Using that lovely strength. So core, other side. Inhale, coming back to the middle and lifting up. Beautiful. Now reach the arms up. And exhale, hands come on the hips. Turning the toes inwards. Finding that lovely V position. Inhale, leading with the chest. Let's fold forward. And draw the chin down. Beautiful, hands coming down. Feeling what that feels like. Maybe drawing the chest forward. Just notice if you feel better with the feet, the distance they are. If you want to make them wider, or you want to make them a little bit smaller. That V is up to you. Just see what it feels like. Hanging out for 4. Breathing in out 3. Maybe reaching the hands through, nose comes through if you like. You can bring the palms down and draw the chin in if you want a little extra today. Inhale and exhale for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Walking the hands forward, chest comes forward as well. Lovely. We're going to walk the hands slightly more forward. Bring the knees in and slowly come down onto the knees. Swing the feet around, grab a little drink. And maybe be in a nice upright position on the mat. Here's everyone. Beautiful. Lovely work today. Oh, finding that little bit of break, a little bit of time. So sitting cross-legged, what I want you to notice is which foot is on top. And then I'm going to invite you to switch and see if you can bring that foot out and switch so the other foot is on top. It might feel really strange at first. See if you can just kind of sit with that left brain, right brain. We've not done that one in ages. It's nice sometimes. You might get a little release into the ankle, noticing one side so used to it. So just seeing how that feels to sit nice and tall. But if at any point this just feels too awkward, switch them back. It's really no big deal. All right, we're going to breathe in. We're going to slowly exhale. I'm going to draw the shoulders down. I'm going to take a little twist. So we're going to bring that left hand across to the right knee. We're going to stay nice and tall in the spine, breathing in and breathing out. We're really getting into that belly breath today. Inhaling and exhaling. 3. Little smile if you like, just releasing. 2 and 1. Inhale, coming back to center. And exhale, twisting to the other side. Breathing in. And slowly breathing out. Breathing in. And slowly breathing out. And breathing in. And slowly breathing out, coming back to a nice upright position. Exhale. We're going to do a seated cat. So I want you to tuck under. I always feel this one really great, a little bit more intensely in that upper body. You might not. We'll see what it's like today. We tuck under in the pelvis. Let the upper body concave forward, thinking cat in the spine. And we'll let the chin draw down towards the chest. The hands, if the knees, if the legs are crossed, maybe hands come onto the knees and draw that chin in. See how that feels for you. And then I get a nice stretch across the neck. Breathing, just leaning into that. Feeling any tightness in the neck. Inhale, coming all the way up to center. Drop the shoulders down. Good. And then we're going to lean forward. We're going to squeeze those elbows in towards each other. Just working the spine the other direction. A little smile if you like. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, coming all the way back to the nice upright position. Hands come forward. Chin comes down towards the chest. Breathing in and breathing out. Feeling that lovely lengthening, noticing the tightness in the neck. We come all the way back up, inhale, and exhale, leaning forward. Breathing in, and slowly breathing out. And inhale, coming all the way back up to a nice tall position. And slowly exhaling out. Beautiful. Let's take our usual neck rolls. It's such a helpful one to do just to keep that movement. So we're going to drop the chin down and just start with our little half circles here. Moving towards the shoulder. Let's take in again that little half circle, seeing how it feels today. 4. Nice one, seeing what's going on. If it's really tight, keep that moving a little bit slower. Maybe stop in an area that it feels tight and take a really deep breath, sending the breath in the direction of that tightness, of that tension that you're holding. 3, 2, take it as you need it, and 1, chin comes back towards the center. Inhale, lifting the head up, and exhale, and let the breath go out the mouth. Good, we're going to take an option to maybe take the head in a full circle. My advice is not to drop the head all the way back, just looking up and down. Just see how that works for you. So take it really shallow. If you are somebody who you often roll the head back, you can absolutely do it. But I would say that if it's not something you do often, or you have got tight kind of neck and shoulders like I do, really take it easy. So breathing in, and draw the chin in towards the chest. Take your head one direction, maybe looking up. Maybe a little bit, and all the way around and down. Take it slow, feeling all those areas of tightness. Almost sending a little message. You can close the eyes if you like, any of those cracks, clicks, just to releasing any tightness. Sometimes this one, we do it and the body really needs it. You release headaches. Breathing in and out for 3, 2, and exhaling. 1. Next time you've got the head coming around, finish your circle, chin to chest, just holding here. Good, and we're going to roll the other direction, head to the other side, up and around. Nice one. Up, around, and down. 4 little clicks. Goodness me. 2. Nice one. And 1. Slowly bring the neck back to center, seeing how that felt today. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, drop the shoulders. Do our right ear to right shoulder, really releasing into the neck today, where we hold that tension. Inhale, maybe a little smile as we exhale. If you want to take the hand and extend that left hand out, you're more than welcome. You can also keep it on the knee. Keep working the shoulder down wherever you choose to be for 3, 2, and 1. Maybe bringing the hand back in. Slowly bring the head back to center. Inhale. And exhale, other side. Oh, see how that feels. Always feel that we have to be really sensitive with the neck. Not everyone's neck is super tight. We all hold our tightness in the body in different ways, but oh, this is my spot. Other side, maybe extending the arm. And breathe here. Just finding that lovely opportunity to release, to lean into the tightness and listen to it. For 3. Inhale and exhale. Go a little smile if you like to. And when walking the hand back in, slowly take the head back to the middle. Inhale and exhale, just drop the shoulders down, sitting nice and tall. Great, we're gonna do our little face massage. I think it's a really good one this time of year to find that beautiful release. So let's take the pointer finger and the, oh, I'm still here. And we're going to use the pointer finger and the middle finger in between the eyebrows, up and around. Good. Yeah, that feels, so you know what feels good to you, up and around. Maybe circles here in the temples and down. So don't be afraid to push. If there's anybody here who is suffering with any headaches, this is a nice one. A really good friend, Louise, She sells like beautiful natural products. I've been placing like a bit of this magnesium lemon balm on my temples when I've had headaches, and it's really helping if anybody's kind of interested in that. But a really nice recommendation. It's all natural. It's just amazing. Going back into the center and up and around, and up into the forehead. Breathing in. Good. Inhale and exhale, just feeling that release wherever you need it. Up. Letting go of any tension, headaches, any worries. We come into that space between the eyebrows one more time, just pushing up. Just let it all go. The list of things to do, you've got it. It'll just somehow happen. It always does. 3, 2, and 1. Great. And then we're coming to the top of the nose. We're going to find some really tiny circles. Just coming down, 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 and pushing down into that lovely cheekbone and around. And then if you want, find those circles again, just moving down the nose. So good to move everything here. Again, this one seemed strange, but it was a doctor that said you like really find those circles into the nostrils up. Really great to just get everything moving there. So here we get like that little tightness in our sinus, good. And then maybe moving around. So as we move through these movements, as you know them more and more, you just need to feel around what feels good to you. And trace a little further down the cheekbone. You can find the circles. It's up to you. Just notice what your body needs today. So you take that lovely face massage, inhaling. And honestly, just exhale nice and slow, releasing. And for anybody it feels good, I often find, massaging the top of the jaw and just wiggling a little bit down, sometimes just tracing down the jaw, reminds me to release. And we always talk about, probably mention it over and over, but I think it's wild. Like when you research the kind of clenching of the jaw, the tightness that we hold, whether it's when we're sleeping, we're thinking, that's often like my thinking face. But the tightness that it eventually creates into the neck and the shoulders, and also it's a direct correlation into the tightness in the pelvis. So if there is something that you did, maybe you needed a little bit of you time amidst like maybe cooking a big dinner, or socializing just feels a lot, or just sat there in the quiet and think, what's going to be great for me to do? Just take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, you can either do your circles or just soften, relax the jaw, and let it all go. Release that tightness and that tension. Good. Breathing in and slowly breathing out. If anybody likes the one in the hairline, so we're going to take just the tips of the fingers and we're just going to push up. So I'd like to come by my ears to start and just push up into the hairline. Don't be afraid to kind of like the nails sometimes feel good, or just the kind of pads of the fingers. Just play with it, what feels good to you, and then kind of moving up into the center. Beautiful. Let's find that release. Some big circles here. If you've got any headache, let's just kind of be gone the headache. This is your time. Let's just release here. Play with what feels good to you. You can move the hands in behind the head. There's no wrong way to do it. It actually just goes by touch, by feel. Whatever your body needs, take it. A little gift to yourself as we finish the class. If there's any last movement you feel like you want to take in the face, please feel free to make that choice now. Breathing in. Breathing out. And from here, we're going to invite you to move into your favorite Shavasana pose. Just lying on your back, crawling back into bed, grabbing a blanket, maybe that you can see around the house, lay down and just close those eyes. We'll take you through a beautiful little body scan and send you off in a lovely place, hopefully reset and recharged, ready for a week leading into the Christmas season. As you lie down, just begin to find a space where the back body just feels really soft and cozy. Wherever you are, just take that last few deep breaths you might need, inhaling and exhaling, letting it all out. Let it all go. And as you close the eyes here, maybe using an eye pillow or just getting cozy. I love to cover the face. Just begin to soften that space between the eyebrows where we kind of took our little massage. Awesome opportunity to release the tightness and the tension. And just again, notice how you're feeling. Was the busyness and the noise, have you been able to kind of allow it to soften, or is it still there? It's all good, but it's just noticing, do you things still feel really busy in the mind, or were you able to capture a little bit of that softness post movement and breath? And then beginning to soften into the eyes, letting the creases alongside the eyes just melt down. Really focus on that. See if you can release that tightness, that tension. And then from here, just beginning to separate in the teeth, maybe moving the jaw left to right for that last little bit of movement, inhaling and slowly exhaling. Good. Just bring the mouth to a really soft place as you rest and soften into your Shavasana. Just stop, rest, reset. Allow the shoulders to the elbows and the elbows to the wrists, the hands. Let the whole of the upper body begin to just melt, releasing any tightness, tension, worry. Leave it all here. Just a little slice of it on the mat today so you feel refreshed and recharged as you move into the rest of your Sunday. Inhaling and slowly exhaling out. Breathing in and out. I invite you to slowly just soften. Relaxing in the pelvis, releasing any tightness you're still holding there, letting the tops of the legs all the way down to the lower part of the legs and the feet, just letting all of it release, relax, reset. And tracing from the kind of big toe to baby toe, releasing the toes, breathing in and exhaling, releasing in the feet, breathing out. Softening shoulders to elbows and the elbows to the wrist, the whole of the upper arm, the lower part of the arm. Let everything fall heavy. You deserve it. Releasing in the hands, letting go in each finger from thumb all the way to the pinky. Amazing. And finding that gratitude we might have leaned into earlier for the hands, for the feet, for this body, this moment. Finding gratitude for, the ability to do all these things that we lean into this season. The magic of being present with family, being able to travel, being able to cook and, just be. It's a beautiful thing. Leaning into, the season, finding the joy, but equally being good to yourself if other feelings creep up. Breathing in and breathing out, because the season doesn't always bring easy feelings. There's always a thought of who's maybe not with us, or sometimes you can be in a room of people but feel all alone. So make sure that you lean into your friends, maybe making sure that you practice the self-care to take care of you if any of those feelings do kind of sneak in. It's life, isn't it? Feeling in all its capacity, the good, the heavy, the beautiful, the abundance, the loss, the grief. It's all part of being in this beautiful mystery of life. Let's lead in and find the beauty of just enjoying being alive, being in this human body, in this present moment. As we lean into Christmas 2025. Inhale and slowly exhale. I'm going to just recite my favorite affirmations, reminding you as you move into the next few days, you really are enough, just as you are. You really do enough. Sometimes just stopping, maybe not doing the extra task you set yourself is absolutely fine. You do enough. And in a time where the busyness, the adverts, the shops are telling us we need more and more and more, you do have enough. And you have everything inside of you to tackle all of the tough stuff. You are enough. You do enough. You definitely have enough. With that being said, I wish you a beautiful week ahead. We will be doing our usual Sundays. Make sure that all my tech is tested out before we get into it next week, or there's been some glitches. There's also going to be an online class on Tuesday, the 30th, from 8 until 9 p.m. if anybody wanted to log into that as well to make up for any of our classes this month that I've missed. I really appreciate you. I'm sending you beautiful light and love as you move into Sunday. Enjoy. Happy end of December, my beautiful friends. What a beautiful reflection as we lean into the new year next class. Peace and love. Stay as long as you want. I love you loads. And thank you for your flexibility, kindness, and patience today. Yeah, big love.